guys, today I'm gonna film my detailed makeup tutorial. Firstly, I'm gonna start with prepping my skin, which I've already done. I used the Nivea cream, and then I used the Veleda Skin Food, and then I'm gonna use the e.l.f. primer after I've done my eyebrows. And then I use this lip plumper from Essence on my lips. I'm gonna do my eyebrows. I use these Got To Be eyebrow gel, and then I'm just gonna brush out my eyebrows and then conceal them, which is the only products I used on my eyebrows. Today I'm gonna use the Huda concealer, and then I'm gonna mix it in the shade Praline, and then I'm gonna mix it with the Huda foundation in the shade Nutmeg. Next, I'm gonna prep my eyelids with this P. Louise base in the shade number 5, and I'm just going to like put some here. I'm gonna use the Huda powder in the shade Blondie in this random powder puff, and then set my eyes like this. Sometimes I use the Charlotte Tilbury powder to set my eyelids. That was a bit too much, wasn't it? Anyways, then I'm gonna do eyeshadow with this Jaclyn Hill Divine Neutrals palette. I'm gonna use this shade called Boo Bear, and then I'm just gonna blend it here, mainly in the corner here, and then blend it to my nose contour like this. So I'm just gonna keep on blending, like kind of build up the color and then like pull it outwards like this, and then blend it here like with my contour. I'm gonna use like a darker shade, and the darker shade is called Cinnamon Roll, and then I'm just going to like add it at the same spot like this, and then just blend it, like smoke it out. Like, one tip is to use like this brush, like a smaller brush, to like blend it out here in the corner, and then just like, you know, when you have a little bit of eyeshadow on here, just put it a little bit here to kind of make it a bit darker, but not too much. I'm gonna use my broken Charlotte Tilbury, I'm so sad, a little bit in the front here to kind of like make it lighter. And then I'm gonna use this eyeliner from NYX. It's like this matte one, and I'm just gonna do make one line, and then another line, and then just fix it a little bit. I've used this Kuhl on my waterline. It's from W7 and it's called Wing Me Up, and I just like kind of like apply it like this, and then, you know. Oh, I'm gonna use the e.l.f. primer, the pink one with a niacinamide. So I'm just gonna apply it all over my face. Firstly, I'm gonna start with this NARS concealer in the shade Truffle, and I'm just gonna add a bit here to my like dark spots, to my under eyes a bit, and then I'll apply like foundation and concealer on top of this. I'm applying the concealer from Too Faced in the shade Warm Sand, just on these spots, a little bit here, a little bit on my chin, and then on my forehead. And then today I'm gonna mix it with a Huda concealer, Praline. This one is like more, it's kind of the same shade, but it gives out good coverage, so I'm just gonna add a bit of it. And then here, to make it like the line straight, I usually mix my foundation and concealer together and then just make a line. Because if I add like a 2 like concealer, it's gonna look weird in photos. Today I'm gonna use the Huda Tan Tour in the shade Medium, and I'm just gonna apply here, here, on my forehead, and then that's pretty much where I usually add my contour. I'm gonna put my foundation on. I'm gonna use the Marcs Excuses from NARS, and then I'm gonna mix it with the Huda. So I'm just gonna apply it like this. The Huda one is a bit darker, and then this one is a bit lighter, so I just mix them to get my perfect shade, I guess. And then usually when I blend out my foundation, I cut like my contour like this to make it like sharp on each side, like this. You know, usually I use like a brush or a beauty blender to blend out my foundation. It doesn't really matter to me. I just use whatever I can find. And then I just lightly go over my contour to make it look like less harsh. Oh my god, English. I'm gonna use this powder puff to blend out my concealer. I have never done this before. This is gonna be my first time doing this, but just going to blend it out. Now I have blended out my concealer. I'm gonna use a brush, and then I'm gonna slowly build up the powder under my eyes to set it, because if you start with a lot of powder, it's just gonna stick to the concealer and it's just gonna make everything cakey. So if you slowly build, it's not gonna do. And I'm gonna use this translucent powder in the shade medium, deep medium, I think, on the rest of my face, and I'm just going to like do this, and I'm gonna bake it like this so I don't get any creases. Then don't forget the forehead. And then I used some of this powder, Charlotte Tilbury powder, just under my eyes to like set it again so it doesn't crease. I'm using this bronzer from Julia's Place. I love this one. It's so pigmented and it just works so good. It's in the shade Dark. I have also applied a bit of this like Rimmel Stay Matte powder in the shade Transparent, and just a little bit here on the inner corner to make it a bit brighter. Oh, I have applied a bit of mascara on my eyes, and now I'm just gonna apply my eyelashes, and I always apply them upwards like this. That's one eye, and then the other one always apply it like upwards. Now I'm applying blush. I'm using this Smart blush from Kika in the number 11, and I'm just gonna like blend it out like this. I'm using the Made by Mitchell lip liner in Rich Mitch. I'm just lining my lips, and I'm just gonna use Parlene from NYX. So this is the finished look. I don't usually use any setting spray or anything like that, but yeah, thank you guys for watching.